Man, we've been talking about, of course, that game last night in the Eastern Conference Finals. Western Conference Final Game 2 going on right now. We'll keep you updated on that in a little bit. But one of the conversations that I think is interesting we might start to have throughout this series, Rob, becomes Jalen Brunson, won Clutch Player of the Year. Tyrese Haliburton has been the most clutch. We gave the stats a little earlier. We'll give some more here in just a bit. But you start to think, man, watching these two teams run their teams in different ways as the point guards and the leaders, is there a case that Haliburton is the top point guard in the East right now? Is it Jalen Brunson currently? Does this series determine it all? So it's going to be. I think this is going to be an interesting battle between these two, these leaders of these teams, to kind of come out and say, no, I'm the top guard, top guy as far as the guard position in the East. And for my money, Rob, for more so style of play, I think Tyrese Haliburton has a system that can work beneficially for the team. I think the way he plays, kind of Jason Kidd-ish, kind of Steve Nash-ish in the way of moving the ball. I can score when you need me to. Has that dynamic ability to get buckets. We see what he's doing on the clutch tip because that's the crazy part, how clutch he has been. He is now 12 of 14 on game-tying and go-ahead shots in the last 2 minutes of fourth quarters of overtime this season.
Can you send that to Steph Curry? Go ahead.
Oh.
I mean, that's a ridiculous stat right there. That's but that's what you'll be known for. Yeah. I'm serious.
And there's more too, Rob. He is 5 of 6 of those in the playoffs. And he and the Pacers, there, of course, they're going on that clutch playoff run we saw there. But the last point, I'll let you get back to the Steph thing. He has the most made field goals to take or tie the lead in the last 90 seconds of the fourth quarter overtime in one playoff series run so far. And that's just so far. We still got this series in the finals potentially.
Right.
He's got 5 this year. LeBron had 5 in 2018. I remember that run. That was crazy. Kevin Durant had 5 in 2012. Dirk went crazy, as we know, in 2011 with 5. Ray Allen in 5 in 2009. Ben Gordon 5. Ben Gordon 5 is crazy. In 2009, and John Stockton with 5 in 97. So some great guys there to be on that list. And he has a chance to take the lead. Again, as we mentioned, he's got the rest of this series in the finals. But I like the guy who has the ability to just set up everybody until I need to dominate. I like the guy that can change the pace and the tempo, and you can't go wrong with either of these two. But I think Jalen Brunson being ball dominant sometimes takes away from Karl-Anthony Towns, and he loses the best of his big fella because he has to do it all. And sometimes he doesn't get, and that's why I don't think you often get where they both have great games together.
Sometimes I'm not even sure Cat is out there,
and that can't be.
That's how I feel sometimes in watching it, and you'll see Jalen Brunson score 18 points in a row or something, and I'm like, okay.
You're like, that's not OG just out there or Bridges. That's Cat, who is a really, really good offensive player who can get hot, as we saw in Game 1 last night. So sometimes I think it turns into Allen Iverson, which is fine if that's the system, right? Usually when you have an Allen Iverson, a Luka, a LeBron at times, sometimes you look at LeBron rosters, not all the time, but sometimes you're like, all right, this team isn't the best, but it fit the system because let me do everything. I'm going to drive, and I'm kicking off, you shoot. I'm going to get to the hole, I'm going to dunk it. And Allen Iverson, right? You know you were covering the league. We don't have a lot around them because the system is get on the ball, we're going to play defense, we're going to rebound, and every now and again I'll knock down a shot. That's the system. And I think Jalen Brunson gets locked into that sometimes, and I think it just takes away from the flow a little bit, takes away from Karl-Anthony Towns. He is dynamic. He's amazing. He gets maybe more out of that 6'1" frame, and I don't even know if he's 6. They list him at 6'1". I don't even know if he's 6'1".
Probably not, right?
Yeah.
But I think.
So I just think I like the way Tyrese Haliburton kind of can take it easy and then boom pick up when I need to.
Yeah,
I
think his the way he is able to distribute to other players and make them better, but also not afraid of those big moments.
Correct.
And when the time comes, he's not okay. Now he's a distributor, but he's not going to just give up the ball to somebody else and ask them to make that shot. I think that's the part that I like a lot. That he does. He doesn't have to do it all game. He didn't have to, have the ball and make sure that he's getting his shots up or whatever. But when the time comes, and he knows, okay, we need this or whatever, he's not looking to pass the ball.
Right. He can go get it. And I think Jalen Brunson is the better player in the sense of, all right, if I need Game 7 who do you think can go get it done, I can understand why, like Brunson, okay, because he has the capability to go get 30, 40, 50. That's just his makeup, the way he is.
I get that, but Haliburton was on the Olympic team.
He was.
There's people out there who like him, despite what
he's been All-NBA.
Players have said. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then after this postseason, people will really take notice because of what he's been able to do.
You saw the
people
numbers.
don't remember those. People don't forget those kind of games.
Oh, without a doubt.
You know what I mean? Like when you watch that last night, you won't forget
Forever.
that. You won't.
And those are the things that I keep using that phrase. The regular season, you make your name. The playoffs is where you make your fame. We all knew Haliburton. He's nice. He is making his fame. He is putting people on notice. And I actually didn't have a problem with him being voted most overrated. What I mean by that is, if you have, let's say you have 20 All-Stars. We know there's a couple more, but let's just say 20 of them for the easy number of it. And because you're never going to pick a middling guy. We're not going to say Lou Dort is the most overrated, right? You're going to pick somebody who's really, really good, because that's why you might think they're overrated, because I don't think he's a top 10 player, but other people do. So to me, if I'm having 100 players in the league vote, like, we got to pick somebody. You know what I mean? It's up to you to be like, make them pay. And that's what he's been on. He's been on a tour right now of, I can't believe y'all voted me the most overrated. Let me remind y'all, or let me introduce some of you to who I am. And it's been great to see. But I'm like, somebody had to be like, it might have was another really good player. It might have been.
I don't think players, when they really do that, I don't think they do their due diligence or really analyze anything. It's whether they like you or not. And I think that has something, or you talked about it before. Money. Oh, he got paid. Look at all that money. I can't believe they paid him all that money. Exactly.
Him?
Exactly. So then it's like, oh, he's overrated. He don't deserve that. That's what I think.
You know who would have got it?
I don't think they look at it, really break down like what kind of a player he is.
I think if we did this, what was that, maybe 8-9 years ago when Mike Conley, remember he was the highest paid player? I think if they did that then, it might have been Mike Conley. And not that he wasn't really good.
It was just a ridiculous.
But it's just like, wait, Mike Conley is the highest paid player in the NBA. He's good, but he ain't even been an all-star.
Right, what?
Mike Conley, I ain't saying he ain't good. He can play on my team any day. But he's the most, and I think he might have gotten it that year. So I do think money plays a role, because you kind of take the money, you match the talent, like we would do a quarterback. Trevor Lawrence making 45. Hold on, he all right. He's nice. He ain't that. Dak Prescott making 60. Whoa. He's not. He ain't all. So I think money plays a role into your being rated, where we rate you. But Tyrese Haliburton, I'm just a fan of still seeing the traditional. Mostly traditional. He's still not like a old school throwback, but the traditional point guard. He's kind of like a Isaiah Thomas, and then that I can go get a bucket, I can score, but I'll still average 10, 11 assists. I'll move the ball. I understand pacing. And then, like you said, he can sniff it. All right, it's crunch time. Let me go get some buckets.
Right.
Let me go.
I could do this, and I'll have no issue shooting the basketball in those moments.
Get into the hole.
I love guys like that, right? And you see the Knicks game in the lane, and he still pulled it back out. You know what I mean?
Ran back out.
Right.
That was actually comical.
He did that too. And then did you see at the end of the game when they were inbounding the ball? He just gave it to Cat.
Oh, that was so. That? No, we might have had to fight. Because they're saying it jokingly, like, I was just giving the ball. It's only 0.2 seconds. No. I would just give. And he was like, here you go, Cat. Nah, we got to scrap, bro.
Right. What you trying to do? You trying to humiliate me?
Yeah, you're not about to. You already done stole it, said we choked it away, and now you out here just handing me the ball? No, you got to see me in the parking lot, bro.
I was like, game's over. Here you go.
Yeah, nothing you can do with it.
I
love it, by the way.
Can you imagine if he would have banked the shot? That would have been funny.
I know. I love that, though, just because, again, I think we need a little pettiness. We need a little rivalry.
It was petty, and those are the stuff that they don't like about Haliburton, which is fine. The other little thing that you heard Charles Barkley say that he wants the commissioner to let his dad.
Yeah.
And
what do you think?
No.
Pops you can't offer forgiveness in these streets, Rob?
Sure you can, but I just think you got to be careful if you don't, because if you do that and somebody else does it and then you let him come back sooner, you got to be careful, because people will watch that and then say, well, why was he allowed to come back and do that and somebody else
wasn't.
That's all. You got to be careful. That's all.
Here's why I'll say I'm okay with it, because you just said watch. And one thing we sometimes forget in this game is the NBA, or pick the sport. Sports are entertainment. Sometimes we act it's life or death. It's entertainment. And now Haliburton is the star right now. He's having a great playoff run, And we know the daddy has
but
paid
when
his
his
penance.
dad ran out there
he
before,
paid his
he might-
It was
he-
indefinite. They said, meaning, we don't know, 2 games, 10 games, the whole playoff. I don't know.
Indefinite
It's
is
indefinite. So, you know what? Come
I
on
won't let
back,
him come
Pops.
the rest of the postseason. Sorry.
Come on back,
That's
Pops.
the last time anybody will run out there, a family member, and
Come
do
on,
some
Pops.
crazy
He
stuff.
balling. We need it. It's entertainment. Everybody going to want to see it. Come on. It's entertainment. Don't forget that part in the sports world. Sometimes we forget that. But Haliburton is he's definitely reminding some people and introducing himself like that Shaq line. I'm sorry, I didn't know you. I'm unfamiliar with your game. Haliburton is doing that. And don't get it twisted.
Yeah, that's
Brunson
nice
has
on
been
television. Thanks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh my! If I was a player, I'd say thanks for the interview. Okay.
I'm sorry. I was unfamiliar with your game.
Yes.
I played 82 of them. I know. I'm sorry though.